viewers, you are watching GW News Recap. I'm your anchor, Azin Jamir, bringing to you the top stories of the week. Let's have a look at the stories that made it to the headlines. All eyes on 28 Koridang Assembly constituency under Mukokchung district as 4 candidates has so far declared their intention to contest in April 9 polls. The National People's Party issued a show cause notice to Nagaland MLA and leader of its legislature party Nuklo Tushilongkumer for allegedly acting against the party's official position ahead of the April 9 by-election to the Koridang Assembly constituency. Premium petrol prices have been hiked by around Rs 2 to 2.3 per litre, even as regular petrol and diesel rates remain unchanged across the country. US President Donald Trump has issued an ultimatum to Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz within 48 hours and threatened to attack Iran's power plant, a dramatic escalation as the US-Israeli war on Iran continues for a 4th week. And now the news in details. All eyes on 28 Koridang Assembly constituency under Mukokchung district as 4 candidates has so far declared their intention to contest in April 9 polls. A multi-cornered contest is set as major political parties comes forward to contest in the by-election fray. The Bharatiya Janata Party has declared its candidate Taucher I. Imchen, the son of late Imkong L. Imchen, while its ally, National People's Party, named I. Appanchang as its candidate. The Congress, also after being approved by the party president, declared T. Chalukumba Ao as its candidate, while Imtiwa Pang has announced his candidature as an independent. The race for Koridang Assembly seat intensifies with nominations, declarations and suspense as more candidates comes forward. It must be mentioned that the election was negotiated after the demise of Imkong L. Imchen on November last year. As per the announcement of Election Commission of India, the last date for filing nomination is March 23, while final date for withdrawal of candidature as March 26. The Assembly will go for polls on April 9 and counting on May 4. Koridang comprises of 7 villages under Mukokchung district with 22,390 voters. That includes 22,266 general electors and 124 service electors. The National People's Party issued a show cause notice to Nagaland MLA and leader of its legislature party, Nuklo Tushilongkumer, for allegedly acting against the party's official position ahead of the April 9 by-election to the Koridang Assembly constituency. The notice issued by NPP asked Longkumer to explain within 7 days why disciplinary action should not be initiated against him and why his conduct should not be treated as anti-party activity under the party's constitution. Citing information available in the public domain, including remarks made by Longkumer during a press interaction at the party's Dimapur office, the NPP said he had reportedly expressed his intention to oppose the party's officially nominated candidate. I. Appanchang, the party stated that all members, particularly elected representatives, are bound to support officially nominated candidates, and any deviation would constitute a prima facie violation of party discipline. The notice further warned that, depending on its response, action could include suspension, pending inquiry, or expulsion from the party. Pending consideration of his reply, Longkumer has also been advised to refrain from making public statements or engaging in activities inconsistent with party directives, failing which interim disciplinary measures may be taken. The NPP said if no explanation is received within the stipulated time, it would proceed ex parte in accordance with its disciplinary procedures. During his interaction with the media, Longkumer had questioned the candidate selection process, stating that the state unit was not consulted and had learned of the decision through media reports. He also argued that the party should not have fielded a candidate in Nagaland, citing the prevailing oppositionalist political arrangement in the state. He indicated that the state unit may formally convey its dissatisfaction to the party leadership and could refrain from campaigning for the candidate. Chakrama Youth Organization issued a banishment directive against 3 leaders of Mawa village chairman Sutminal YP, head Chibi Siboy Changsan, and former chairman Paul Boy Chang's son, alleging their involvement in instigating a premeditated physical assault on the Chakrama Public Organization president, his colleagues and CYO volunteers during an incident at Mawa village on February 13, 2026. In the order, CYO stated that the attack left the victims grievously injured and that despite multiple opportunities extended at the request of Mawa village leaders to resolve the issue amicably, no settlement had been reached. CYO invoked oncoming customary law and tradition along with point number 4 of the Chakrama Standing Resolution adopted on April 15, 1945 at Sipama village, which states that any person inflicting physical assault on a member of the Chakrama shall not be allowed to reside within the Chakrama area. Further, CYO cited Clause 6 of the declaration signed on July 31, 1995 at Matsibima town, which stipulates that in the event of failure to abide by the declaration by any Kuki individual, group or village, the violators shall be expelled from the area in the interests of peace and tranquility and to avoid any misunderstanding. Holding the 3 leaders responsible for instigating the attack and failing to ensure a negotiated settlement, CYO declared the immediate banishment from Mawa village and the entire Chakrama jurisdiction. The order directed the 3 individuals to leave the jurisdiction within 30 days, warning that failure to comply would render them solely responsible for their safety and welfare in case of any untoward incident. Premium petrol prices have been hiked by around rupees 2 to 2.3 per litre, even as regular petrol and diesel rates remain unchanged across the country. The hike applies to high-octane fuels such as Indian Oil's XP95 and Hindustan Petroleum's Par Petrol based on dealer inputs from select cities. The revised prices reportedly came into effect from March 20. The increase in premium petrol prices comes at a time when global crude oil prices have surged sharply. Brent crude has been trading firmly above the $100 per barrel mark amid escalating tensions in West Asia and fears of supply disruptions. Higher crude oil prices increase input costs for oil marketing companies such as Indian Oil, HPCL and PBCL. At the same time, the rupee has fallen to record lows against the US dollar, making crude imports more expensive for India, which depends heavily on imported oil. As a result, oil companies appear to have opted for a selective price hike in premium petrol variants instead of rising prices of regular petrol and diesel, which are more widely used. The government has said the increase is limited to premium fuels and not on a broader division. US President Donald Trump has issued an ultimatum to Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz within 48 hours and threatened to attack Iran's power plant, a dramatic escalation as the US-Israeli war on Iran continues for a 4th week. The warning comes as Trump faces mounting pressure to secure vital waterway that Iran had assured to restrict to enemy ships, resulting in rising oil prices and plunging stock markets. Following Trump's threat, Iran said it will strongly retaliate and target all the energy infrastructure linked to the US in the region if its fuel and energy infrastructure were attacked. Trump's escalatory remarks came hours after the suggested winding down the war that he jointly launched alongside Israel on February 28, while the US and Iran were engaged in nuclear negotiations. Iran has asserted that the Strait of Hormuz is open to all except the US and its allies, with Minister of Foreign Affairs Abbas Arangji saying last week that he had been approached by a number of countries seeking safe passage for their vessels. Well, viewers, that's it for this week's news recap, and for more news like this, you stay connected to Global Window. Good night.